We are off to Jamaica. Cuba.
Cuba. Oh, look at it.
Dang, what is that? There's some boats on the horizon here that are not on AIS. First sight of Jamaica. I think we're gonna get wet. We're almost there. We think we're gonna make it in time to actually check into the country, hopefully.
Hey there, I'm Kelsey, that's Tim, and this is the story of our adventure. Life is fleeting, and we want to squeeze every bit out of it. We are wandering the world, so home is a bit of a moving target for us. We love finding the random, the remote, and sharing it all with you. So subscribe to get lost with us and hopefully find some inspiration to go after your own dreams.
Welcome back.
In the last episode, we did a lot of sailing and enjoyed our last little bit of time in the beautiful Bahamas.
It was sad to leave, but if you made it to the end of that episode, you know we're headed to Jamaica.
Yes, which was a kind of last minute decision, so we had no idea what to expect, but we were excited to see what Jamaica had in store. Alright, don't know if you guys will be able to see me with the red light, but it is about 3:30 in the morning and we are off. The sails are up and we're just motoring out a little bay that we were in, and then we'll see if we have enough wind to sail. It's a nice, not quite full moon, but it's nice and bright tonight, so that is lovely. Now that we're off sailing, I'm gonna see if I can fall back asleep. Little Tim's on watch, I'm sorry. Yeah, off to Jamaica. Bright and early, but not bright, as always. Alright, I'm gonna try and sleep. About 6:30 now, the sun is about to rise. I'm up now, and Tim's going down for hopefully a nap. Not a lot of wind, engine's still on, but at least the sea is nice and calm. Nice right now.
So far, wind has not arrived. It's supposed to be 8 this morning, and it's, as you can tell by how loose that is, I gotta tighten that up. It's probably 2 or 3. And then it's supposed to rise to 14 to 16 overnight. I still have faith that that's gonna show up. Maybe, hopefully. Yeah, not much going on out here though. No fish. And we've seen some tankers, cargo ships, cruise ships. That's it. No other sailboats or pleasure boats. But what a difference from last week in just bashing. Which is kind of fun because you're active and you're trimming sails constantly and you're flying along. But in a sense, it's nice to have it be super calm. Just the exact opposite of what we dealt with, where you're just exhausted at all times. Right now, Kelsey's taking a nap. I did earlier. Might as well just be lazy when there's not a lot to do with trimming sails, etc. We're just trying to keep them somewhat happy so we can gain even just a half knot. So I'm gonna move this to the other side actually and tighten it way down and see if we have just enough on our port side to move us along a bit faster. Cuba. We'll just pop in for a quick look around.
Yeah, right. We're not going to stop in Cuba, but we have been to Cuba. That was one of the first international trips.
Besides Baja,
Yeah.
which kind of doesn't count.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was our first further trip.
That was awesome.
It was
Love
awesome.
Cuba.
I know, if it was easier to do, and I think we kind of could visit, especially the southern half of it,
Yeah.
as long as you're not heading back to the U.S. afterwards, but you're really not supposed to. Way more mountainous than I thought it'd be. How?
Yeah, it's a lot higher out of the water than we've seen anything for a while.
Yeah.
We're kind of at the pinch point right now between Cuba and Haiti. And we're just off the coast of Cuba, so we can't see Haiti right now. But there's just a lot of stuff in the water here. I assume it's kind of a pinch point. There's a marked shipping channel back over here. So just kind of keeping a close eye that there's nothing too big. So far it's just been mostly like bamboo type looking stuff, so nothing that would actually hurt to hit. Still don't really want to hit it. But maybe that means there's fish. We'll see. So far, nothing. Dang.
What is it?
We just got bit 3 times. Each line we had, one bit through the metal leader, one snapped the hook, and then you just got a bite on this, but I think it's gone. So maybe or maybe not, we have a lure on there now.
Yeah. Oh, look at.
Dang, what is that?
I don't know. Get that metal one right there.
There's some ships / boats on the horizon here that are not on AIS. One's pretty big and moving fast, and the other 2 are smaller. We don't know what they are. They don't seem interested in us at the moment, but
It's weird. He's got satellite dishes. You know the.
yeah, it looks very industrial, but nothing on AIS.
Yeah, some stripes on the bow, but I don't know what country or.
I wish we had better binoculars. Ours are not stabilized, so it's hard to see much.
We need stabilize. There's numbers on the bow. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it is almost sunset. It's about 6 o'clock now. I don't know if you can see it on the GoPro. Cuba fading into the distance back there. We have a little bit of wind, but not the wind that was predicted still, so I don't know when that's going to show up. But we're crossing our fingers that it does. We've had no fish caught, but we have had 2 lures lost and 1 good bite, but nothing stuck, so no fish yet. So I'll leave them out until the sun is actually set. Yeah, nothing too exciting. The Coast Guard of Cuba, or some sort of Cuba military boats that we saw, and a lot of stuff floating in the water. That's about it. That's the excitement for today. The sea state is calming, which is nice, so we're not flapping the sails quite so much when we roll. But yeah, not too exciting, which is not a bad thing. And it's finally cooling down. It was really hot this afternoon. That's all there is to say. That's the update for now. the fishing lines in now. No fish.
Yeah.
The wind's kind of behind us now. First sight of Jamaica, I think. Pretty sure that's land, but we are about 25 miles out. We have an engine on because there has been like zero wind, and then we'll hit a squall and it'll just be all over the place. So we have the jib up right now, pulling us a little bit. But it's been a very frustrating sail, and the wind has not done anything that it was predicted to do. But we have about 4 hours left until we're there, but I think we see land, so that's exciting. I think we're gonna get wet. It's very stormy up ahead. Well, we found the squall, and it brought some wind, but I think that's going to die off as soon as I get through the squall. But I'll take it for right now. I love this boat because if you're on that side, soaking. This side, pretty dry. We're almost there. We got the cube flag up, and I think we're gonna make it in time to actually check into the country. Hopefully. It's a close call, but the wind showed up and we've been able to take a decent time.
Anchor out, and in the morning we'll check you in, but then there's $150 or whatever.
We officially made it to Jamaica. We are not officially checked in yet. Tim's starting to fill in
Yes, but
paperwork.
we made it before the cutoff time, because tomorrow's a $150 fee because they have to work on a weekend. So we were hauling surfing waves, engines full throttle. It was not a pure sail by any stretch of the imagination, but it got us here in time, and first impressions are actually great. This looks cool.
So pretty. I'll show you where we're. We're actually, for the first time ever, at a dock.
Sound from the peak of the past, sound to musical blast, sound like a musical explosion. Taking you to the magical ride, cause the feeling you cannot hide. Only peace and love abide. time cry about you.
I mean, that's so wild. Like, there's like things
Well,
growing in it.
don't you try to find a chick, 'cause I will tell you about my son, I keep it rocking it. Blue brown, blue like it in the movie book. When I'm next to you, it's like I'm climbing up a ladder.
We're gonna drench all our clothes before we get any flags on.
I was thinking, I was like, oh no, not another shirt. All right.
We have been cleared by health.
We have been cleared by health. Step 1 is complete. Whew.
It's raining, in case you couldn't tell. I've already changed once because I've been drenched completely, but I'm glad it's cool because apparently it's been very hot, so it's nice. But we got here, we waited for probably an hour, and then the health guy came. He just checked us and the boat out, and then I think customs will come next, so. And immigration, I think. There's 2 other people that need to come. But one step, done.
I love the icon.
So it's the first time you have that one. First time for you as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all exciting.
And we can spread the good news. Here in Jamaica, we don't see winter, summer, or spring. We just have rain or sun.
Rain.
It's-
Rainy season.
It is so pretty here, just arriving in the bay. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It smelled so good.
So all the rain we are getting today, tomorrow could be something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're happy for the rain right now because it's nice and cool.
And that's a good thing about it for now.
All right. We are checked in.
We are all fully legal. We even have a key card.
Yep.
Oh man,
Everyone was
I
so
can't
nice.
overstate. Neither of us can overstate how much better that was, and the Bahamas.
Yeah.
This was by far the best though, in terms of check-in or just a border
So
crossing
easy.
compared to traveling in the truck. And it may just be the locations we're at, but wow, everyone
different.
was amazing.
You're at a nice area, so you don't feel like in the truck you're usually worried about like
Yeah.
who's around
Yeah.
and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Here, not.
We
So,
tend
yeah.
to enter and exit countries through the dump when we're in the truck, so it's nice to be at a place where everyone's happy and like every single person we talked to told us of, you know, their favorite food or whatever. It was just nice. It
So
felt
nice.
really good, and as soon as you take a little interest in their country, everyone was like, well, what kind of food do you like? Do you like spice? Oh, this is where I usually go.
Yeah.
And I like going and having this and that. So I don't know. It was just, we're
Good
dead
first
tired.
impression, yeah.
Good first impression. Just in general in terms of feel.
Pretty cool, and it's beautiful. So I'm excited to sleep and enjoy it tomorrow.
So tired.
Safe to say, Jamaica was making a great first impression on us. It sort of felt like our first international location in a way.
Yeah, and I have to say, it was pretty cool to pull up to the dock, our first dock, by the way, and have our friends greet us with a cold beer.
Yeah, that's definitely the first time that's ever happened.
Red Stripe, it's beer! Hooray, beer!
Hooray, beer!
So checking in here was completely free, and it was so easy because they came to the boat, which was really nice. There is a $150 cruising permit, but since we were only going to visit Port Antonio, we didn't even have to get that. So for us, it was such an easy check-in and process to visit.
Yeah, completely free for us, which was awesome, except for paying for the dock, which was really inexpensive, actually, which is
Yeah.
why we decided to go for it for our first dock. And it was so neat to just, it was like a little neighborhood, and we could hop off the boat and walk into town, which was
It was
so
nice.
cool.
I think the reason we never paid for docks so far in our year of travel is that they're expensive, but also there's no need for us. We don't need to plug in. Even at this dock, we weren't plugging in.
We didn't use water or electricity.
Yeah, anything. And so for us, it was really, we knew we would start paying for docks occasionally when it made sense. And this is the first one that price and just the access made perfect sense.
Yep, and then the next day, we got to have our first taste of Jamaica with our friends.
From Israel way, Mrs. Straight and New York. Can't say you know I love talk, this one make you right on. What about the nation?
First taste.
Yeah.
Aaron, first taste.
It's really good. Sauce is so
Sauce
good.
is good. Is it chicken?
Mine's fun.
So I guess you liked it. It's good. It was good. Ketch is doing the cabbage and saltfish. How is it?
Very good.
Very good. Okay. That meal was so yummy, and Port Antonio was such a colorful, vibrant place. We could not wait to do some more wandering and exploring.
Absolutely. It was one of those places where you felt safe walking absolutely anywhere at any time of day. But first, we had some boat work to do, as usual. Okay, look at this. So, this is ours. That should never come off. But this piece, you can see a big crack in it right up the seam. And so when I was up there, that just popped out of there. Then the wires, of course, which are not quick disconnect, they're actually hardwired inside here to the sensor or to the instrument. So that came out. And that's when we lost even directionality. Down here, this is where the old bearing goes, which is right here. All that corrosion. So just with my hand, I twisted it to undo it, and it snapped off. There should be a male end of threads right there, and this would screw on the bearing for the anemometer. That broke. And so we're just kind of left with all broken bits, right? We don't even know wind direction. I was mentioning that to Ketch. Ketch is his name, on SV Chief. And he mentioned he just got a new anemometer and wondering what we have. So look at this, the exact model. I think it's even the exact one. Yeah. So the exact model anemometer, I just put our new bearing because we had ordered a new bearing. That's what I was up there trying to replace. And look at this. So, I mean, I just can't believe he had the exact one. So we're going to go install it, see if it works. It should. Might have to do some wiring up there because the wiring on ours looks a little bit different, the plug. So we'll have to see how that goes. But if that works, that's just remarkable. That would be such a nice improvement for us to have not only wind direction, which is the most important, but also wind speed with a new bearing. So amazing. Hello from on top of the mast, looking down at Port Antonio. And there's Kelsey.
Well, Tim got to go up the mast about 5 times before we finally got this all to be working, but we were very thankful to Ketch and Camille and SV Chief for the wind sensor.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
That's something we've experienced before, and this was it in spades. The boat community is so awesome, helping each other out, and everyone's got so many parts on their boats, but it doesn't mean you always have the right part you need. So I just love that about it. It's also really nice before we head on a bigger passage to have that wind sensor working.
Bonus, super calm water.
Yes, always nice to be able to climb the mast when it's not rocking.
Yeah. So that's where we'll leave you this week. Port Antonio was incredible. The vibe was so good here. People were amazing. Food was good, and we just can't wait to do more exploring.
And eating.
Yes.
But that'll do it for this week.
Thank you so much, as always, for coming along. A special thanks to our patrons, and we will see you all next week.
See you next week. Welcome back.
Ow. Too much.
Too much violence.